copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so in this one, what can I say? This interaction for me is absolutely brilliant. And he deserves more subs, so go over to his channel and subscribe to my channel, like the video, and just see if the YouTube did that little thing around the subscribe button where it glows every time I say subscribe, because I don't know. But yeah, so in this one he comes across somebody which is being arrested and probably not treat the best, and he makes sure he gets the best treatment he's entitled to while being placed under arrest. We'll just get straight into the video and break it down through there.
We're looking after you, buddy.
Yeah. What did he pinch? I'll pay for it now. I'll pay for it now. Whatever it is. What did you do, mate? What did you do? What have you been nicked? I'll pay for the window now. I'll pay for the window now. Let him go.
That's generous, okay? But just listen to me.
I'm going to go back home.
You may prompt him to saying something you probably should not say in front of us.
Where are you from?
Where would you guess? You won't insult me.
Where's your time?
You've been around a bit.
As you see, some passers-by has offered to pay for whatever he's stolen. He didn't steal anything in this case. He said he's accidentally broke a window. So, and they've offered to pay to fix the window. Good on him. Absolutely good on him. It's not down to this police officer to accept or deny that at all. What he could be doing is going over to the shop of the window he has broke, or the person who owns that window, and be asking them, do you still want to press charges if he pays for the window? And if they say no, that should be the end of it in my eyes. End of the day, he should be given that opportunity to pay for it before actually getting done for, because in this case it'll be criminal damage.
Yeah, just be aware, man. I know you're recording. This guy is under arrest, so if this does end up in the internet, you know, he could be subject to a civil case if you want to take it against you, mate. All right.
He could take it. Well,
it's invasion of privacy, mate. It's
are you bothered if I'm
totally
filming
up to
you?
himself.
Are you bothered if I film you? I'm not actually filming you. I'm filming their interaction with you. Is that all right with you? Hey, winner. He's all right with it.
Yeah.
Are you all right with it, officer? Are you all right with me filming you
too?
too?
Aware of it.
Well, I mean,
It does
it's not going to be a civil thing for you. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not going to be a civil thing
It
for
doesn't
you.
really bother me that much, mate,
all right.
to be honest.
That's all right,
Yeah. Because it's his privacy at the end of the day, all right?
We're surrounded by cameras. There's no privacy in the public.
So what this copper is saying is sort of true. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but this person can take you to court for a civil litigation, considering you're using his image and his likeness or something along them lines and posting it on the internet. The only decent thing for PKAudits is his channel's not monetized, so he's not doing it for monetary value or to gain money from it. So in a way, he is sort of covered here. And the guy's given his permission to record him, so that sort of settles it there. But the copper is sort of right in what he's saying.
You're not filming kids, because this officer here likes to accuse people of filming kids when they've got a camera.
All right. Well, no, there's no children. No children. You're not a child, are you, pal? Nah. Not a child. Are you comfy there, mate, with your rear stack? Getting a little bit uncomfortable. Like, is there any need for the rear stack? Is there...
We did loosen them to make sure they were comfortable.
Yeah, you can get your finger in there, can you? Yeah. Could you not have it round the front though, to make it a little bit more comfortable for you?
At the time, as the circumstances.
I can appreciate that, but not now. It's not, though, is it? Now he's calm. He's calm and relaxed. Are you pretty calm and relaxed, mate?
If you follow the traffic,
Fine, you're
Oh, yeah?
not in any pain.
Well, I don't know. Are you in any pain, mate? A bit cold, yeah. Aye, a little bit cold. Could just like put the cuffs at the front. That would be a bit easier, wouldn't it? Hey, that's good. That's very good of you, officer.
Stand up for me there, man. Just like, just good easy.
So that's another thing I really do appreciate PK for doing here. Because it's basically doing the police's job for them here, is making sure their person, which is now in their custody and their responsibility, is comfortable. Is not showing any aggression or anything like that, so there's no need for him to be behind his back. They can be in front, and he's made sure that this officer said, well, he's not showing any uncomfortableness or anything like that. The whole point of the handcuffs behind your back is uncomfortable anyways. So what do you mean he's not showing uncomfortable? This guy, as he got up, then you seen him limp. He's clearly injured. Where's the medical attention?
Yeah, he understands, officer. He will behave.
I'd rather say that than go for...
Right, so you might have to loosen one of the cuffs to actually put it on, because it might be a bit tight on his arm.
Yeah, just bring one above the other. Does that feel alright?
Yeah, I think that's alright. Just lock it off and everything's a good one, innit? Job's a good one. Excellent do, officer. Is that better for you now, pal? Good do, good do. Excellent jobs, officers.
So again, I don't understand why they aren't doing all this anyways themselves off their own back and not getting told to do it by a member of the public. Why is a member of the public having to look out for your prisoner? Because that's what it is at the minute, your prisoner. You've got him handcuffed and he is not allowed to go nowhere. Plus, it's about 5 minutes into the video. Why have you just got him sat on a concrete brick, which is probably cold, on display to the public? You go on about his privacy and all that lot, but yet you've sat him on display in handcuffs to the public. Where's the van? Where's the car? Where's something? His transport to take him away? Give him some dignity.
Did you get him to do that?
Damn right I did.
You legend.
You don't need to have a rate stack. There's no need for it. It's ridiculous. It's painful and nasty.
What's his spousal done?
Pardon?
What's his spousal Leo done?
No,
I think he's knocked into a window. I might have cracked it, perhaps. I don't know. But obviously, criminal damage in it would have been if he has cracked. I mean, he would have had to knock into it quite hard. I'll ask them. Yeah, but here, what is it? Is it? Did you actually crack the window?
Yeah.
At this stage, he's been advised not to talk about what he's suspected of, mate.
But
Okay,
he
and you may inadvertently
he understands his rights.
You may inadvertently get him to speak about it.
But
Okay,
he
mate?
understands his rights.
Okay.
Anything he says that will be used against him will be taken down. Anything in his favour will be forgotten about. I'm sure he's talking about in his favour.
I appreciate that, mate. I can't stop him speaking.
You can't.
However, you maybe put him in a position where you may get him to incriminate
On the
himself.
other hand,
okay,
he
when it's
might
not
put himself in a
necessary.
position where he's innocent. You know, I mean, it's fact finding, isn't it?
That could be the case as
Fact
well, mate.
finding. All
Okay?
about fact finding.
Okay.
So you cracked the window, did you, mate? Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
You know what I would say is that he looks quite cold. He looks in a bad way. And I'd say the lads probably need some kind of medical assistance over being arrested.
Do you feel like you need any medical assistance, Buck? You feel like you need to go to A&E, maybe? You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Are you warm enough now? Yeah. Because you might be able to get your blanket, or maybe the officer might want to take a coat off and give it you.
So you heard at the beginning of this video, I don't know if you actually caught this, but this person which is being arrested said to the other guys when they offered to pay for the window, it's all right, they're going to take me home. So maybe there is something not right there. Maybe he has got some sort of illness or disability which stops him from not being able to think like an adult or something along them lines, because he's been arrested for criminal damage. I'm assuming that's what they've got him for. Cracking a window, that's probably what it is. So I don't know how they've managed to convince him that they're going to be taking him home. And I do like PK for saying, oh, maybe the cop will give you a jacket. That's never going to happen. Not a chance. They'll happily sit nice and warm while you freeze. I've been in the back of a van and they've put the aircon on. I don't have no t-shirt or nothing on in September time, so it was cold. And they put that aircon full whack, freezing. They do that on purpose.
I'm sure you, despite being under the arrest, we do look after our work.
I'm sure
We
you
don't know our
do.
intentions.
I'm sure you do, officer. And it's more comfortable now, and I appreciate that you're keeping him more comfortable. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sure he appreciates it as well. Thanks a lot. Have you called for transport? Yeah. Have you called for transport?
Reporting again.
Yeah. I know.
So they said they do care about the people they've got in custody. Not all of you do, otherwise the number of deaths caused in custody or after being in contact with the police wouldn't be so high. We've already got into that on another video, but yeah, not all of you have the best interests of your victim, I'm going to call them, or the perpetrator, or the person you have in custody in their best interest at heart. It's that simple. Like I just said in the last one, when I got arrested, they stuck me in a riot van for 3 hours. In the back of a riot van for 3 hours, aircon blasted inside my little glass cage thing they had me in. Freezing I was.
Do you have a brief, mate? Yeah? Do you have a solicitor?
No, I haven't got a...
Well, you need to make sure you get a solicitor, so when you get to the police station, when they say, do you want a solicitor, don't be big annoyed and say no. Say, yeah, I'd like the duty solicitor, please. And then you'll go and sit in the cells for a bit, and duty solicitor will come and speak to you. After 5 or 6 hours, you'll go through your statements together, and then otherwise you're going to end up getting done.
I'll get taken back home.
Well, so they say, they're not going to take you home, they're going to take you to the police station, and you need to, when you get there, you need to ask them for a solicitor. Okay? No problem. Well, they should give medical assistance. Anyway, but to be fair, I had a suspected broken arm from a GBH 6 and 18, and they only gave me 2 paracetamol. Sorry, cocodamol. So don't expect to be going to A&E or out like that via the police.
So that's the best advice you can ever give anybody who's being arrested. Don't be big and hard. Accept a solicitor if you haven't got a solicitor. Same thing happened to me. When I got arrested, like I said, I got through in the van. I was in the back of the van for 3. I got arrested at what was it? About 2 hours. I was in the back of the van, so I got arrested at 12. Didn't end up at the station until 2 o'clock in the morning. We're talking Clough Road Police Station from Bransham, not very far at all. 20-minute drive, so I don't know why it took 2 hours to get me there. But 2 hours. They refused medical attention. My arm was cut open, so I had a big flappy piece of skin on my elbow because my elbow was sliced open and my back was all sliced open. Refused medical attention until a new custody sergeant or somebody got it. A new custody sergeant come in, and when he went around to do his checks, obviously Marcel was there. I've been pacing up and down all friggin' night waiting for somebody to see a nurse. He asked me, what do I want? A nurse and a drink. He said, what do you need a nurse for? Showed him, got the nurse. The nurse was actually disgusted because of the state of me. She was not happy. But don't always look out for your best interests. That's basically what I'm getting here. Like he said, his experience, suspected broken arm, 2 paracetamols, that was it. The nurse was actually disgusted that I was left in just my trousers, no t-shirt, in a freezing cold cell. Couldn't cover myself up because my back was all gashed open. She cleaned me up and she forced them to get me a jumpsuit because they seized all my clothes and everything anyways. But yeah, my experience with the police is not the best because of that experience there. Refused to give me medical attention when I needed it. The nurse was actually disgusted because of how much damage. She couldn't actually log it all down on the incident report of because there was that much to me. it's because there was more concerns about just making me plead guilty to something. But let's just carry on. My story's getting a bit long.
Alrighty.
That was well. He was saying, one of the guys went to him, where are you from? He went, where does the thing come from? He went, Lazy Town. Looks like, what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name.
Hey,
now.
didn't see money. He would have to pay him. He had his money out. He was going to pay him that day. We're actually going to pay him. Oh, how much is it? I'll pay. Yeah, buddy, can you have a fag? Do you want a smoke? Want a fag? Is he alright to smoke? Half a fag?
No, he's under arrest, mate.
Well, I was under arrest. You can still smoke. I mean, I thought you were taking him home.
It's a role as well, mate.
Huh? What if I hold it for
I
him?
don't know what's in that, mate.
That's true. You don't know what's in it. It could be cannabis, couldn't it, or anything?
I hope not.
You hope?
I should, as a police officer, be able to smell it.
You wouldn't think so. You'd be able to smell it, wouldn't you? But might be that new strain.
Have you had a good day anyway?
Yeah, not bad. We've had some good interactions with the police. To be fair, we were chatting to your sergeant and that, like what's he called? I can't think what he was going on. Hang on one.
There's a few of them out today.
Yeah, there's a few. P.S. Harwood.
Okay.
Yeah. Is he your boss?
He works in the same station as us, but not directly my boss.
Not directly over you.
But he's outranked.
Are you a sergeant, right?
No, I'm just PC, mate.
Well, he's a PC as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
You're all PCs. I mean, like, you're all.
Police constables and such, yeah.
Well, yeah, but even an inspector's a PC, aren't they?
So we've covered that as well in a previous video. Police constables, how the role of constable and not officers. So I am trying to get that out of my mind to stop saying police officers and more police constables in the videos. I know a lot of you do prefer that. But it seems like a lot of police constables don't actually know the difference between a police officer and a police constable. Some of them say they're the exact same thing. That was in Take Our Rights Back at Clough Road Police Station where I was arrested, where I go into that video about police constables, and so does he. And it's the same thing here.
We don't use that term, but you're probably right.
Well, you are. I mean,
I suppose, right, the chief constable is a constable as well.
Well, yeah. And you've all got to take that off, haven't you? You take your oath, which makes you a PC, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can you remember what your oath is?
I can't remember it verbatim.
Come on, you must be able to.
But it is.
I bet you could remember it in court, couldn't you? No?
I've never been asked it in
Have
court,
you not?
to be fair.
I'd have somebody once to say it verbatim in court once, you know, it's funny. Because like you say, if you ask me my Cub Scout thing, I could remember that.
Yeah.
And that was from like 40 years ago.
Okay.
And yet, you know, you think, as it's part of your job description, because it is, your oath is like your job description, isn't it? Well, it is. So you think you would be able to remember your job description.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Well, probably a useful thing to know, but...
So do you not think it's not good that you...
I cannot tell you it right now, mate.
But that, you don't think that's bad?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your job description.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in general about protecting the public and upholding the law, am I right?
Well, yeah, and interacting with the public and presuming that the public are nice, not automatically assuming that they've got nefarious reasons.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot in your oath.
So that I totally agree with. The reason I don't actually know the oath, they probably said it once when they swore an oath to become a police officer and never said it again. But it should be something they remember, because that's what they swear the oath to be, that police officer or police constable, because the military do an oath as well, the same thing in it. They should know that off the top of their head. They're swearing allegiance to the crown. You should know that, and to serve the crown and their people and whatever. I don't know the police one, I can't be bothered to look it up, but he should know his job role. That oath is your job role. You're not just there to arrest people. You're an officer of peace. You're a peace officer. It's that simple. Or peace constable. can't remember the exact wording on the law and how they say it, but yeah, he should know his off the top of his head, and he should sit in the mirror saying it over and over and over and over again until he knows it off the top of his head.
You wanna squat up on it? Swat up on it, sorry.
Probably good advice.
Yeah, I think so. Perhaps you should have like refreshers. You know, not just you. I'm not calling you. Like everybody. You know, I mean, like, the police officers in general tend to not recall what that oath is. I mean, obviously PCSOs, they don't take that oath, so they don't have that to remember it because it's for police officers. So like you would think it would be important enough to be an officer to remember it. Would you not agree?
Like I said, we have I know the general gist of it. Stuff like the caution is probably a little bit more important than the oath.
Well, is it though?
That is legal rights for people.
But they're not rights, are they?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the caution? You have the right to remain silent.
No, that's American. Man.
Well, what's the caution then?
Yeah.
You do not have to say anything. Anything you say can and will be used against you, but nothing for you. Well, it is. Well, is your caution? If say I was arrested and I said lots of things in my favour, will that be taken down and used in court against me? Because that's what the caution says, isn't it? The caution says anything you say can and will be taken down and used against you. May be used against you.
But there you go, it's broke it down for you. So remember, when you are speaking to the police, under caution, say nothing. Because everything you say will or may be used against you. Nothing for you, all against you. But that's why it's innocent until proven guilty. They're there to prove you guilty, and that is it. They're not your friends or nothing like that. They're there to prove your guilt, and that is it. That's the problem in this country, is this guy's now been sat here for over 10 minutes. Over 10 minutes. They've had an innocent person sat there on display for everybody walking past for 10 minutes.
Nothing for you. So anything I said that was positive, you wouldn't really listen to. Or you might listen to it, but you wouldn't take it down and you wouldn't relay it in court. But then you go on to say anything that you do say in court, like that you haven't already told us, you may get prosecuted for. You know, they may draw an inference from that. Well, that's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? It's like so I'm supposed to tell you how innocent I am, and then say it again. But you're not going to write that down. But then say it all over again.
Everything's on camera anyway, mate.
It's cameraed and it's recorded, but it's not written down in the charge. You know, you don't say, I'm charging you with this, but you've got mitigating circumstances, which is this, this, and this, because you told us in when we gave you that caution.
I'd like to think everything is taken into account.
Well, it isn't, though, is it?
We still have an adversarial system. You have a right to a solicitor, don't you?
You do have a right
to represent your side.
You do. And that's pretty fair, isn't it? Because without that solicitor, like there'd be no protection, would there, for Joe Public?
Because the person who has the interests. Yeah, but that's the way the system works over here, mate. Different countries use different systems.
Why would a different country use a different system? Right? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. You know, innocent until proven guilty in this country. Really, aren't we? I mean, you don't seem very enthralled about the innocent until proven guilty. You know, so this guy's innocent, isn't he? As far as you're concerned,
I can't comment on him.
No.
It's
But I can appreciate that. But as far as you're concerned, this guy's innocent, isn't he? Because he hasn't been to court, so he hasn't been proven guilty. So he's innocent. So you know, he's been accused of something, and then once it goes through court, if he's found guilty, then he's guilty. But at the moment, while he's sat there, he's innocent.
And that is exactly what it is. The thing is, the police are supposed to be impartial. So they're only there to collect evidence, hand it over to the CPS, and the CPS will see if there's enough there to prosecute, and then you go to court, and in court is where you are proven innocent, well, proven guilty, because you're innocent. You're innocent until proven guilty in this country. That is the problem. The fact that this officer has got that smug and can't even admit it shows a problem there as well. And I will say one thing of what he said about solicitors. The duty-free solicitors are lazy. They want it as quick and easy as possible. So if they see a case and they can just get you to plead guilty to this offence and this offence and have a lesser charge, that's what they'll do regardless if you're guilty or innocent. They don't care. They just want a quick and easy job. So please always do your research and always have your own solicitor. Even if you can't afford a solicitor, you can get it paid for you. As long as you're on like benefits or something like that. I think if you want something like that, you can get a solicitor paid for you. I had my own solicitor. My solicitor was absolutely brilliant. Got me off a lot, really. So, like I said, I'm not going to go into it all, but it's a long story.
Can you appreciate that?
I can't comment on each individual things, but when we do
Well, it's not individual. He's innocent until proven guilty. He's not gone to court. Do you believe that he's innocent?
Well, obviously, if we're
It's
arrested,
a yes, no.
You're not letting me answer.
No,
the
I
question.
will.
Obviously, if we arrest somebody, there's a suspicion.
A suspicion. And that's what the police do. They investigate. They investigate. They send it off to the CPS. The CPS decide on whether it's in the public's best interest and if there's actually enough evidence. And then they decide to the court. And then he goes to court. And then he's got a solicitor that pleads his case for him. And if he's found not guilty, then he gets released. So actually, him sat there, he's innocent, isn't he? Because it's possible that he could get released, not guilty.
One way of
Do you know?
looking at
Well, it's the way to look at it. That's the way. Like you say, I can appreciate in different countries it's different, but in our country, you're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. So, you're saying he's a criminal when he actually isn't. He's innocent.
I haven't said anybody's.
Well, you said he's been. You said you can't have a cigarette because he's accused. Well, accused doesn't mean he's in it. Doesn't mean he's guilty, does it? Can you appreciate that?
Of course, that's what it's called, suspicion. It's not called guilt, right? As in you've inferred to what happens at the end of court.
But there you go.
Yeah.
So he is an innocent guy sat there, isn't he? He should be treated like an innocent person, really, shouldn't he? Not like a guilty one. Would you not agree?
What are you getting me to agree to? If we have suspicion, we act on that, mate. That's it. We treat people as well as we can, and what happens at the end happens at the end. We ultimately don't decide guilt.
It's not really about your suspicion, though, is it? It's more about you're an investigating officer. It's about investigating, isn't it? Your personal feelings on suspicion don't really come into it. They shouldn't, should they? Unless you actually physically see the guy do it. And actually done it, has he? Unless you've got proof. I mean, CCTV footage or whatever, but you'd have to pull that evidence for court, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? So he's innocent until proven guilty. Well, I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware, especially a police officer. You know what I mean? One that's not too sure of his oath. Anyway, no problem.
Did anybody know it today?
No, to be honest, I didn't ask anybody else. I'll be honest. I just picked on you. I'm sorry about it. I don't mean to. A little bit, but
Sure,
no problem. All right, cheers, mate. Thank you. Have a good one. See you later.
So that's the end of the video. I left the last bit to play out because it's basically saying what I said just before that. And I do believe that the police should be impartial, especially in these sort of circumstances. Obviously, if they turn up to somewhere and they see somebody, I don't know, murdering somebody or committing these offences, then obviously they are guilty because they've seen it, but they still have to go through the process of proving them guilty. Obviously, if there's a video and they can show it straight away and that person goes into the cells and admits it immediately, they're probably going to get held in remand, go to court, and it'll be all fast-tracked. Most cases don't get like that. Most cases, like what mine was, he was on... I got put on bail for just shy of 2 years, and then I went to court and blah de blah. Mine was a long, dragged-out process. Most of them are like that. In certain circumstances, I'm not saying they're all like that, and that's what the circumstances are, blah, blah, blah. But most of them are like that. I had all my stuff seized for like 2 years while I was gathering all the stuff. This was when I was a lot younger and didn't know my rights as well. I knew full well I needed a really good solicitor, and I already had a really good solicitor. But forget about all that. This interaction, I think, was absolutely brilliant. I do think PK did an amazing job by just quizzing the officer about certain things, making sure this guy, which was in handcuffs, was comfortable like he should have been. But everything I've said is my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video. It does open YouTube's algorithm. Go over to PK's channel. Subscribe because it does deserve a lot more subs. And I'll catch you on the next one.